3, 2, 1. Majima! Hey everyone! How are you guys? I am glad to be off work. And thank you for the hug, Net. Does someone want to strug? Does someone want to hug stream elements, is what I was trying to say, but somehow managed to merge hug and stream elements into one word, but also get them in reversed order. I don't know what's going on with me today. Apparently stream elements was not as appreciative as they thought they would be. Oh well, though. So yes, how is everyone doing today? I am quite curious to see what model we'll actually end up with today, because based on our conversations in Discord, I'm going with the theme of a crow with bones, essentially, because I know, Everglades, you were mentioning about how what was it, Morgan? I think is how you said it, is not usually depicted because it's, like, seen as a bad omen. So I don't want to call it that, because that feels disrespectful. But we're gonna go with the same kind of theme, just not that specifically. So I should probably go ahead and pull up the actual program that we're using. Vroid, of course. Here we go. And I've currently got it set to a female base. I don't know if we want to change that. Because I think the part that I'm going to start on is that bone headpiece that we were talking about before. Because that seems like the most Ah! Thank you for the love, Net. Yes, the bone headpiece seems like the most defining part of the model. So that seems like a very easy place to start with. So let's go ahead and pull up. Oh, no audio for tits? That's not good. Yeah, Twitch sends team. I am sorry, I cannot talk today. Well, when can I ever talk? But yeah, Twitch tends to. I can't keep a straight face when you say it like that, Ned. Good lord. Alright, let me see if I can fix the audio for tits, and then I'll try and say what I was saying before, because good lord! Which one is my frickin' tits audio? There we go. That one. Properties. Capture specific window. Is it that one? Let me try. Yes! You guys should have heard that. I can English sometimes. Not very often. Haywin is still my first language, apparently. Haywin is my mother tongue, as you would put it. I don't know what that was that hit me. Was that a lobster? I don't quite know. Wait. Try it again, Net? Because, like, I thought I saw it pop up on the audio bar. Maybe it's just too quiet? Here, I can actually test it on my end by doing this. Yeah, I see the audio bar popping. So, is it actually silent, or is something going on? Because I don't quite know. Everglades can hear it. Maybe you need to check your headphones, Net? I don't quite know what would be going on. Oh, Everglades can't hear it. Okay. Let me try tweaking the settings then. Maybe it's just too quiet? Because it's popping on mine. Yeah, it's definitely not that big an issue, but I'm still a bit worried. Settings, sound, stick it up there, and then, were you guys able to hear that? Because that is definitely as loud as I'd want this to go on my end, and it's going to startle me at this volume. What the frick? Seriously? Oh, let me try, maybe my advanced audio properties got messed up. Are you guys able to hear the music that's going on? Let's see. We go. Ah, yes, found the issue. Okay, so music is okay. Got that. Put that there. Okay, now if I try this. Of course I get hit in the face with my own face. Were you guys able to hear that one? Okay, I got it fixed. I figured out what it was. Let me know if it's too loud, because it is still from when I turned it up. So, I will probably forget that I turned it up and be startled by it later, but we'll see. I'm glad that we were at least able to fix it. So let's go hairstyle and actually get started on this model. Don't you dare send a tongue twister just to cause chaos. We both know I'm not going to be able to do it. Hey King, how are you? I am glad you can you can hear it, Everglades. Oh, and D&D sounds so much fun. Sounds like so much fun. I'm messing up on normal English. Okay, hang on. You have posed this thing. I now need to see if I can do it. Okay, here, let me... Betty Bopper bought some butter. That was not the failure I expected. That was not what I expected to happen. Oh dear. What is even the expression I'm pulling now? Oh, and that is awesome. Okay, you need to join me, right? I need to join you with it. And I need to stop laughing before we do art. Because I'm trying, I really am. But good lord. So, do I try the tongue twister again, or do we count that as a failure? Because good lord. I was not expecting that. Choking on my own laughs now. Okay. I'm not, I don't, well, I might be sick. I don't know. I've been dizzy for a bit. Okay. Send healers. I don't know if healers will work. Though, nothing else I've tried has, so might as well try them. Should I try the, frickin' food fights over there? Have fun, King. Send gods. I am a god. Okay. Oh, Lord. I am choking on my own breath. I guess I probably should not try the frickin' I am too confused for this. Wait, no, that was silent too? Dang it! Alright, hang on. Let me try and fix that one. So much scuff. I gave you your points back. I gave them back. They should be good. Let's do... You close that, and then properties. Come on, work with me. Why is it still doing those up orders? Okay, and then let me double check that it's not the other issue that we had with tits. Looks like that is it. I don't know why it decided to reset the stuff. What the frick? Eh? Hmm. I guess that one? So let's try that. No. There, you guys should be able to hear that one. Are we all good? What was that? It was that audible? Yes, that was yes, that was the FBI. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and go back to the game scene. And thank you for the hydrate. Ooh, a consumer. I could eat a raspberry. Raspberry, raspberry. um, um, okay. Oh, another consume. Second raspberry, or should I go popcorn this time? I'm not gonna eat net. I'll go for raspberry. Happy dance. Oh. Okay. Now then, let's put this in place. And then let's do... I guess we'll put this under this one. Okay. Edit thing. I herp, but frick is going on with my English? I hope work isn't too bad. Good Lord. I need help. Need to talk Haywin? Heywu Haywin Yim. It does look like a pumpkin. Oh, big storm. Big storms are no fun. Okay, so add that. And then delete that material. No, I don't want to duplicate. I want to remove. There we go. And then we could set this to be like there-ish. And we don't want to highlight. We don't really have a reference. We're basically just going crow. Crow with bones and stuff. So we're gonna see what exactly comes out of this, because I have no idea. Alright. Yeah, it's the hairstyle that Everglades posted in the Discord that caught my eye and went, you know, I could make a model with that. So that's apparently what we're doing. So if we go kind of like that for the start. I definitely need to tweak that though, because that did not line up correctly. I think we probably need to go narrower than that. Yeah, it is kind of the, Norse was actually what the hairstyle was based off of, but I don't know if that's the one that we're gonna settle on. I'm basically just going crow and bones. So if we go that for base, and then I think we need to do another hair group. And then have this one be a bit more raised. So that we can kind of make the eye sockets. And then probably to there-ish. Now have one more out. And then... And north set? What? I am confused. I would say speak English, but I'm clearly struggling with that. Oh, and Norse that. You think it's a cat skull? I'm personally going for bird skull, just because it seems more fun. Because I figure doing a skull with a beak on it is going to make it seem a bit more like it's a crow. So let's pull these out to the side a bit more. It's definitely looking like something. I don't know if I'm succeeding in the actual bird style of it, though. Maybe if I do where we tweak this in a bit more, so it has more of kind of like a sharp beak to it. Then we could even do the same over here. I think this needs to go lower as well. Maybe if we wiggle that lower like that. We're getting something. And yeah, I finally got that it was a pun on indoors. So we're looking at something like that. Maybe these can be a bit thicker of them. So if we up thickness on this guy and on this guy. Crow skull. Right, I am... Okay, so I definitely need to add the... Oh, that's gonna be tricky. So how do I add those gaps is the thing. Let's see. Doesn't need to be exact, but we at least want to get it close. So maybe let's duplicate this one. Then we can remove 5 and 6 from this and delete 3 and 4 from this one. Or wait, what? What happened there? 3 and 4. Delete there. Okay, so 5, 6, 3, and 4, those are separated well. And then if we raise, so we need that there, bring that to like there, and then pull that one in further. It's getting closer. It's kind of hard to work on this scale with it though. Because it's got such the kind of particular look to it. Maybe if we go thinner width. Mm, what if we did this one lower, this one further up, maybe? Like there. And then if we pull that there and this one out. You are definitely trying to help. I might be beyond help. It kind of looks like a squid. Just this definitely strikes me as squid. It's almost like Cthulhu-esque. What the frick am I doing? Let's increase width on that. It's getting somewhere though. I definitely need to make it thinner on like here though. Yeah, cuttlefish definitely describes it well. Let's get that there. I think it's still that. Well, maybe if we pull in like these ones lower, we can kind of cover that. No, because then that kind of does that, which is not what we want. Net, your puns are getting worse. Ah, it's so hard to get that freaking thing right though. Okay, so I think we definitely need to focus on just the two that are here. Problem is actually getting them to be exact without crossing. I think that's probably about as close as we'll get. And then maybe if we scoot these ones out a bit wider, we can have this kind of make more sense. It's starting to look like a skull. I think maybe let's try and get this a bit thinner, because the width is a little bit much. Ooh, yeah, that we're hitting something. We're hitting something. Just if I start going ooh, that means I'm doing something right. Think what if we lower the top a little bit? Like that. It's getting there. Maybe we need to get these further back like that. Definitely not quite like since it's designed to be a mask, it's never gonna look quite like how it should. But I'm kind of vibing with it. It's got the little gaps and everything. It's just like I can't make a super detailed kind of position there. Maybe if we go a little bit thinner on this one. So like thin like that. I feel like we still need to bring it in a little bit. So let's try dragging these inwards a bit more. Maybe about there? And then I think this is still missing like a bit of poof to it, if that makes sense. Like it's just trying, but it's not quite getting the right shape. There we go, that makes more sense. And then on these, do these need to scoot inwards a bit more? Yeah, they did. Alright, so I think I'll take that. And then I'm debating on if we want to tweak the actual texture of the hair. Because I think that might be one of the other things throwing it off a little bit. So let's try this thing. Materials, edit texture, and then grab this lighter color. And then just spam it down here, I think, for now. Because I like where it's darker back there, but I feel like we need to play more with shadow and stuff there. So if we use that as our shadow color there, and then I don't really want to color on that one. What if we just do... I do that, how does that even interplay with these? Okay, so we get a little bit back there. And then... Oh, that did an interesting thing. That is definitely an interesting thing. And then what if we mirror that on the other side? I'm not saying it's a good thing, I'm just saying it's interesting. Okay. And then what if we blur this out a bit more? Oh, I've forgotten. We've got a very big brush, so it's gonna be kind of confused for a second. It seems to help, though. So let's give it a second to think. Because I've just done a little bit of a wiggle on it. So let's see what it does. Hey Evie, how are you? We're currently waiting for this to load its blending, because it struggles a bit with that. That's good, that's good. Crow skulls are weird. Like, that's what I've learned today. Crow skulls are weird, but I'm pretty sure most skulls look weird. Okay. Alright, are you gonna process now? I think I might be a bit overly perplexed. We'll give it a bit. Yes. We are making a crow type model. Crows and bones is literally the only thing we have at the moment. Are you done? It does not seem to be. Let me try clicking off and then clicking back on. Okay, now it is. Now I got it. So let's grab the lighter color. Go a little bit less brush width. And then we're just going to be dancing some highlighting across it. And then I think basically what we need to do is tweak how it displays on some of these. So like in this group, if we tweak the texture width, we should get a bit more kind of interesting things there. So if we offset it, now it's mostly light. And then say on this group, we do increase width. Now there's more dark, but we probably actually want to do decrease width. And then offset it so that it's like that. I think that plays well. And then we probably actually want to change... No, because those are actually... What if we make twist a bit more? Oh, that's thickness. We don't want thickness. Thickness stays, twist. Because it's like colliding with that section a little bit. I'm not quite the best fan of that. But I'm sure there's something we can do. So there's that. What if we up thickness now? Reduce width. How does that look? No, it's still doing it. It's actually made it worse. So let's Control Z until we get to about here. Maybe it's this one that needs to like wiggle back. Because if we wiggle this back, or maybe wiggle this forward a bit. There, that looks like it makes more sense. It's not quite the best of skulls at the moment, but it's getting somewhere. It's at least making sense mesh-wise. We've just got to play with the texture a bit more. So then if we edit the material here, edit texture, and then let's try grabbing this kind of darker color and shadowing up the bottom a little bit, maybe reduce the opacity a bit. Hang on though. What if we do it on like this side only? I think part of the problem is that I'm using the same texture for all different parts, and that's just because I'm trying to be interesting with it, I guess. Maybe interesting isn't the word. It's the frickin'... I'm being overzealous, aren't I? That's always what it is. So if I do, like, that, then offset it so that it's mostly like that. That's giving it a bit of definition. And then, say with this one, offset it a bit less, so that it's there. And then even this one we could offset a little bit this way. And then that one, right, we want it to be like, oh, come on, I had it. That, I guess. And then Something feels off about that. I think that's going too far down. Do that. That seems to work. And then maybe tweak this so it goes up a bit more. I don't know whether it's at the point of like you can tell what it is without knowing what it is, but it's getting somewhere. It's getting somewhere. That's how I'll put it, I guess. Let's edit texture again. And then I kind of want to squeeze in like a bit more of a cream almost. Because like bones tend to have like almost a yellowish tone at times, don't they? Why are you wanting me to paint on that one though? That's not the one I want to paint on. Maybe something like that? If I increase width, decrease the opacity, I can get a bit more of that yellow kind of hidden through there and then go a bit more grayish. So I'm basically just playing with paint colors now is essentially how this is working out. And then a bit less saturated. Tone that in. It's definitely got a vibe to it. It's definitely a thing, is about all I can really say about it at the moment. Consume art I will consume in just a second. Let me finish touching this up. Alright, I will do another raspberry. Yes! Raspberry. What do you think of the texture, Net? Alright, consume is done. It's definitely a thing, I'm just not sold yet. Definitely bony. Ancient springs out to you. Yeah, ancient is kind of what I was wanting. So you're not wrong there. Maybe I need to decrease the width on these guys. Because it looks like they're kind of colliding a little bit. Okay, well, I guess that fixed the collision. It definitely needs a bit more highlight to it, but I think color-wise we're pretty much there. Which I could actually do the highlight through actually using highlight. I just need to change the highlight texture. Alright. Another raspberry it is. Alright. Yep. Almost lost a bit of raspberry. Now then. Have to edit the actual texture of this for the actual highlight. So it's this thing, which is not what we want at all. This does not look right. So we're gonna grab black and basically just say nah, none of that. And then, as for what we actually want to do, I'm not 100% sure how we do this. That's definitely looking too white. But it's at least letting us kind of trace out where even on the texture this stuff is. So it's like, man, I can't hit that spot. It's like right there. And then if we use the black a bit more and kind of fade it out, and have maybe that? Are you too soothed, Everglades? Is that what this is about? Hydrate and consume. All right. There's the hydrate. And then I'll do another raspberry. Because I've got lots of raspberries. um. I hope it's not too bad. Oh, I do also have chocolate covered. No, I have a chocolate orange here as well, which is my favorite candy ever. I need them on stream. What do I need on stream? You hate me now? Why do you hate me? Is it because I have a chocolate covered orange? Yeah, chocolate orange is best. Chocolate orange is great. Oh, the fruit. Yes, I do need the fruit on stream. Choco oranges are great though. Probably about there-ish. You've been talking about that Harry Potter RPG. Let's go like that. I cannot will it into existence. It will come when it is time. I think I need to tweak that. This one again, yes. Because this needs to pop out more like that, I think. And then if I tweak the placement of these. Probably there-ish. There we go, that looks right. I mean, I enjoy Harry Potter without the Harry Potter. Yeah, Everglades, how does that look for the bird skull? Did we do it right? Have we got it? It's definitely an interesting texture. Better? All right. Is there anything sticking out to you that needs to be tweaked? Because you were a resident skull expert, essentially. That's what I keep coming to you for, anyways. If it works, it works. Maybe scoot that. Here we go. I like that better. It's very shiny. Oh, I do like Fantastic Beasts. Fantastic Beasts and where to find them is always fun. Not sure if it can get better. All right, I will take that. We accept that. That is perfectly acceptable. I can delete that guy. And then I want to tweak the hair color, and I think we'll go with like basically black. Maybe like bluish tinted black. So it's like that. That'll work. Sounds like you're gonna have a lot of fun, Net. Now then, as for what actual hairstyle to do with this, I suppose the question is, what vibe are we? The crow has dark red hair? Okay, so I guess dark red is actually the direction we should go with. So, like, there-ish? It's like basically black but tinged red. We can add more reddish highlights or something later. What we need to figure out is what actual hairstyle. Because I know the one that we were looking at in Discord was the ponytail with the bones through it. Which we could definitely do. That is definitely possible. It's just a matter of like actually making it look good. I think let's start on the kind of front hair, because I kind of want to do like feather almost. So let's edit hairstyle. This one. And then we want to do a new material and have this one be the color of like that stuff. The dragon braid. That's the one that was on the Discord, right? And I'm thinking of starting with like actual front hair first. And trying to figure out like where we want to go with that. I'm kind of tempted to make it look like feathers. Oh, what is this that you've sent? That one is pretty darn cool. See, now you're tempting me with other cool stuff. Oh, hang on. Alright. What kind of... Can I add feathers to it? Yeah, I want to start with actual front hair first, though. Is basically what I'm trying to say. Tweak that. That. It's not actually a specific person this time. We're literally going with the prompt of just crow and bones, which is why we've got a crow skull as like the thing that's attached at the front of the head. And I'm currently trying to figure out what we're doing for the actual hair in the front. And I'm kind of tempted to go with like some kind of long bangs that are like covering her eye for the most part. Battle crow, yes. So if we go with like just putting that there as the placeholder and kind of poofing it a bit more. There we go. And then poof this side a bit. So it's kind of like going down on the side and just swooshed over there. All, of course, neatly tucked under her crow headdress. I'm kind of at a lack of what else to call it, honestly. That's basically what it is. That actually doesn't look too half bad. But I think let's tweak this one because it looks like it could go a bit smoother. Although I suppose the question also is, what kind of face or aura do we want this to have? Like, if it's Battle Crow, then surely they should be kind of a bit firmer than, say, some others. Let's do lower width on this one, and then just do swoosh. Maybe? No. That didn't work right. Maybe even lower width. There's one in D&D. Can't get this bang right. I guess that's good enough. Where it looks like it's just kind of gonna bounce off her nose. Battle Crow. Oh, there's something literally called the Battle Crow. I was half expecting that to be a Kinku. Like I was half expecting you to send just the Kinku race. Because of course the Kinku is another thing. Come on. Oops. Redo that one. A scar on the left side of her lip. That would look cool. I think we'll have to do that on another layer. Alright, I think for now let's hide that and focus on doing the face. Can overwrite that. Face. What color eyes? Are Kinku's ravens? I don't know, I always get confused between crows and ravens if I'm honest. So let's do lips. And then could do what if we do that in like a deeper red? Maybe like there-ish? So it's not like super crazy red, but it's pretty darn red. And then we could add the scar to this texture. Also, how pale do we want her to be is the question. Actually, we could even just, like, have this... Oh, dang it. Not what I wanted. Trying to drag this downwards. There we go. Do, like, thin eraser, super thin. They send chills? Alright. Oh, we got a shapeshift? Alright, I will shapeshift in just a second. Let me finish with this texture that I'm messing with right now, and then I'll shapeshift. What kind of shapeshift are we feeling today? That's my question. What kind of shapeshift do we want? I think let's leave that as just normal for a second. And then we'll close without saving. Okay, let me pull up the shapeshift thing first, and then we'll do it. Should we go for silly, or should we go for Cthulhu? Big nose? I don't actually have that one. I could do, actually no, I can't do that one. I forgot I learned how to do that one recently. Okay, silly, and Net wants big nose. I can definitely do that, so let me go ahead and do that. Hang on. I have to remember how I did it. So if I do... Whoops. That's part of the issue. Hang on. I've apparently shapeshifted so hard that the background has changed colors. that I haven't even done anything yet. Hang on. Is it gonna do things? There we go. Okay. I have stopped the breakage. I need to I need to stop breaking things, but I've at least fixed it. And then we wanted me to shapeshift like a big nose. Let me try and do that without breaking things this time. How do I do that again? It's not that. I think. How is that for a big nose? And I've got a big wiggly nose. Does that work? I could even zoom in on it. It kind of wiggles the rest of my face, so it's a little bit off, but I think it works well for a shapeshift. Oh, spider got eaten! Yay! All right, so we'll leave that be for a couple minutes. I just realized that there's apparently an ad playing, so it's probably going to confuse someone with they just come back from the ad and it looks like this. Oh, and there goes Spider again. Anywho. I can't take myself seriously with this. He was just shaking my head. It's just so wiggly. Oh dear. What the frick are we doing? I'm just like an elephant. How do elephant noises work? Just... So no, that's not even close. Almost got it. I can't make elephant noises. I'm laughing too much. And this is why I love the shapeshifter team. It devolves so darn much. Okay. let's try and get this to make more sense. I think there, and then cheekbone position there-ish. We definitely don't want a round chin for this. Maybe like there-ish? Saiga antelope nose? Is that what this looks like? I don't think I can make the sound of a Saiga antelope. I don't know what that sounds like. And of course, net clipped me trying to sound like an elephant. Wait, did I just say I don't know what the sound of a Saiga antelope looks like? I can't even remember what I say. Ah, good lord. And then let's go like there, maybe. Jaw angle increase maybe. What does this look like? Come on, work with me here. Probably about there. I am glad this day is fun. mm. What kind of ears do we want? I kind of want to go for like a sort of pointed, but like not huge. So like that maybe? Oh dear. Hang on. What is this? Oh my gosh, my nose does look like that. Basically what they sound like. Okay. Hang on, hang on. Let me drag this over and frickin' do this. Cause hang on. If I do it like this. Did it work? Come on. It's supposed to be pulling up the thing. Ah, come on. Work with me here. Mm. Okay, maybe if I try properties. Window capture. There we go. Okay. Now I got it. Can you guys hear it as a question? Wah! Yeah, it just sounds like wah to me. You can't hear it? Hang on, did my game audio break as well? How much of my audio broke? Yep, my game audio broke. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna have to go through all of my audio settings after this and make sure I know what's pulling it. Just... did you guys hear it that time? Or was it still just me going, wah? Can you try eating the stream avatars like an anteater? Hang on. Let me do it this way. I don't think I can, like, actually reach down there to do that, but I can do this and just be like, nom, nom. There. We're gonna have a lot of clips from the stream, apparently, aren't we? Alright, enough of the anteater noise, and let me pull back up the model. I'll actually go ahead and get rid of this nose as well, because I think that's enough for the shapeshift redeem. So let me go ahead and just be like the clown I am in this scenario, and be perfectly fine. Just so much random stuff today. Now that I think I'm kind of liking those ears, honestly. And then let's do mouth. And then we want mouth position to be lower in this case. And then thicker lips. Probably about there. And then probably go slightly pouty, maybe like a little bit on the wide side. Yeah, it does look like a double barrel shotgun. And there's Stream Elements shouting merch. And then what if we do like thinner lips on top of that? Probably to about there looks good. That's not how that works, Net. I still need to frickin' send you that sticker though. The sticker of you and Anzu fighting over pink versus blue. Oh, you posted something in the meme channel of my Discord? Hang on, what is this about? Wait, what do you mean that's me surrounded by other VTubers? Like, why have you just sent a picture of the vacuum cleaner and Teletubbies? Like, I don't understand. You're going to have to explain that. Oh, because my nose. Oh, good lord. I'm not sure I deserved that one. I'm just not sure on that. Ah, good lord. You forgot Teletubby toast? I totally like that is like mildly ringing a bell and it's starting to bug me. So we want kind of bigger nose. And then there, nose bridge prominence. Wait, what? There. That definitely needs to be less. It's so hard to tell some of this stuff. Let's go... Hang on. Let me put on my custom nose, and then it'll probably work better. That one works. That one's a good one. And then... nose size scale, probably about there. Nose space prominence. There. I actually kind of prefer the masculine nose. Like, honestly. Wait, what do you mean, the stream sound was reset? Don't tell me I broke something else. Like, I wouldn't put it past me, but come on. Let's go a bit less width on that. Yeah, everything has been breaking today. What if we go, like, 2 on that? Okay, so that does seem to make sense. And then... just to position, like, that-ish. Problem is getting this to actually make sense scale-wise. That seems to be working, though. Mm. It definitely strikes me as rather fey in appearance, but I think that's kind of what we're going for. Like, if I'm honest. Fey kind of makes sense for this character. I guess let's switch to her eyes for now. And if we find that the nose doesn't quite work, we can always change it. What would be the closest eye set? That actually kind of works. I'm definitely looking for something more narrow. I think I'm liking that best. And then if we switch the irises to something a bit more sparkly. Hang on, I was sure there was a more sparkly one. Couldn't have been that one, could it have been? And let's try doing like a lightish bluish gray. There we go. There's the one I was looking for. Maybe a bit lighter in that? Ooh, I like that. I think that's a good color. And then if we go for the eyeline, I think let's do that one. And then eyeliner, that's what I was looking for. I want something that clearly strikes feminine, but also, like, looks like she doesn't quite care. I guess is what I'm thinking. Maybe something like that? It looks a little wild, but I think it might work. If we kind of up the red on it as well. I don't know on that one. What if we do... What? Can I share a clip of someone that just broke their brain because of no sound? What do you mean by that? Wait, what has happened to my tracking? Oh dear. Everything is breaking. That's for sure. I look away for a little while and then come back and there's just no motion. How much is actually breaking? Can you guys hear me? It is stuff okay? Do I need to switch to a technical difficulty stream? What is going on? They didn't have sound too. Okay, so it's not me, it's someone else. I mean, I'd rather you post it to the Discord. Okay. I'm slowly coming back. Let me tweak this stuff a little bit. There we go. I should be back in order. I am loud and clear. Okay, I am glad. I am glad I have not broken more stuff. Now that I've had that there for a while, that's kind of grown on me a bit. Like it's feminine, but it's not like she's put on makeup, or at least it doesn't really feel like that. It like because I imagine her lipstick to basically just be the blood of her enemies. Like it's it's not actually lipstick or something. I think we need to go. I think the eyebrows need to change a bit though. Because she definitely does not look warrior enough. 10-4, I think is how I'd write it. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Okay. So then if we lower them, and then maybe... maybe like that. Have I got them too far forward? About there. I think that works. What do you guys think? She does look kind of alien, but that's kind of like the Fae aesthetic that I'm kind of going for on this one. Like, she's definitely not supposed to look human. Everglades, what do you think? You're the one who started off the inspiration on this one. Pale or copper skin? Yeah, I haven't even touched the skin tone yet, so we should definitely tweak that. Let's try copper skin. So maybe like that with kind of there as the dark color and there as the lighter. I think the lighter tone is still a bit iffy. There we go. I think that's it. Though I think her blushies are messed up. Yeah, that's definitely blush that's messed up. So if we go more reddish toned, do we even want her to have blush is the question? I feel like she should have some, but I'm not quite sure what. Maybe there and then a bit like a brighter reddish. Or we could try out like this one and then go more. Man, this one has not quite gotten the thing right, has it? Do you think pale thin lips? Oh, you're thinking the top lips. Okay. What if we do kind of like almost a kind of purplish out of it? Because I want to bring more diverse color into her skin tone. So I think that kind of hints as like either bruises or something. And then you're thinking the reason I went with red lips is because then it was like the blood of her enemies. Yeah, kind of like bags under the eyes. Though I could actually do bags under the eyes. I think that is one that's in here. I like that. I like both. Because that feels like it's spreading. So that definitely has the vibe to it. Though I think we could definitely go with less of kind of the traditional feminine bow on the lips, but I'm kind of loving the lips, honestly. I think they give that like very uniquely like it's clearly a feminine character with them. Is what I'm kind of liking about it. What if we look at some of the other like face paint options I have? Pff, that doesn't work. Nope, that's very basic. Okay, what is up with the color? I thought the thing changed. Hmm. Let's go back to normal. I think I've lost the color somehow. There we go. And then darker color. Just there-ish. Yeah, that didn't quite work as planned. Then even lighter color needs a bit more tweaking. Probably to about there. I think we'll leave that as is or paint it as we see fit a bit later. But I'm quite liking that. Oh, eyebrows I think are the wrong color because eyebrows should be the same color as her hair, which means they should be a bit darker. So that is definitely a character. Let's stick her, actually, is that exactly how we want the face shape? It's very Fae-like, but I keep saying I like that. So I think we'll roll with that. Let's try turning back on the bangs. Ooh, that makes her look fierce now. Like even just that little change. That looks like something. I think I'm quite pleased with that actually. And especially the way that like you can see both her eyes if you get the angle right, but if she looks like that way, you're thinking dark hair but blonde eyebrows? Let me see how that looks. I'm not sure. Let's see. So eyebrows. Then if we go proper, yeah, that looks so weird. I don't like that. Like especially not with that dark skin tone. I think it's better. Like even if it's not true to the actual myths of this one that you're mentioning, I think I prefer going more stylized with it because we're not doing that exact character since there's not like it's considered bad luck or whatever to have actual images of her. So we're gonna go with one that was maybe a bit inspired, but not the same one. It's just bird crow person. But I am liking that. Like I can't words at the moment. So I'm just like, this feels like a thing. This feels like a character that is just coming together, and I love it whenever that happens. you, you do. Wait, what do you mean you do though? Okay, let's add sides. You gonna work? Sides. There we go. What if we tack on like some pre-made ones? Oh, we could do the braids. The braids might look cool even. I think that's the far more standard. But let's try braids. So if we do, oh frick, dang it, not what I wanted. Control Z that. Uh, edit hairstyle. Those two. Remove that material. Oh, you do have dark hair but light eyebrows? Okay, maybe if we try the more like bone gray rather than blonde, I can get it to look right. Save that as new item first. So we grab like that color. That that kind of works. I'm not I'm not sure about it though. Though I suppose at this point, it's basically just turning into your character. I'm basically just running with whatever you're saying. Hmm. I'll leave it for now and see if it grows on me. The braids definitely work, though. Hang on, what is this anything? Or is this a blank one? That's a blank one, okay. Delete that. This thing.
Were we expecting guests?
Oh my gosh, thank you for the raid! Uh, how do you pronounce that? Quizzy? I've never seen a QY in a row. How is the stream? Let me go ahead and switch over to intermission for a second so I can introduce myself. Oh, QZ, that makes sense, that makes sense. But yes, I am KitaCat. We do a lot of art-based streams and random games. Often I get roped into Spyro or whatever the community wants me to play. I am everyone's e-mom, and I'm trying to get better about actually introducing myself. Is there anything I forgot, guys? Yes, welcome everyone. Oh, I love raspberries. If you want to feed me raspberries, I have a consume point redeem, so that's always fun. I also tend to make a lot of different kind of chat commands, and you can see my full list on Ko-fi. They're free to use, so you're more than welcome to take them and use them on your own streams and stuff like that. You can test any of them out in my chat. Every single one on my Ko-fi is in my chat, ready to be used. So if you're uncertain on any of them, go ahead and use them there. And I see that our animation. You had to do it now. Alright. There, how was that one? Yes, I don't actually have any kids of my own. You guys are all my kids. I am everyone's mom who wants me to be their mom. The shout. Oh yes, freaking! I need to fix that shout out. Luckily, we can just do the shout out command itself, and we are shouting out that one. There we go. And now there should be one of the clips in the bottom left. Unfortunately, Scuff is basically the name of the game on my stream half the time. So many things either don't quite work or are trying to work but then mess up in a weird way. We've had numerous instances of just audio not playing this stream. But we enjoy it anyways. It's a lot of fun. So let me go ahead and switch back to the game, or, well, in this case, to the model that we're making. Yeah, there is no such thing as a VTuber without Scuff, in my opinion.
Welcome to your new haven.
Thank you for the follow, QZ. Just freaking getting smacked in the face is always just so startling. Now then, back to the model we were working on. I think... a QZ pie. That's a different way of saying it. Aw, it's a sad heart. So cute. Right, bangs. I wanted to tweak the bangs bit. So let's go front. Go to edit hairstyle. Yep. And then I think we need to do, like, maybe one more thin one on the side there. Oh, dang it. Not what I wanted to change. We want that. And then width down quite a bit. This one is not actually commissioned. I do commissions quite a bit, but this one specifically is not a commission. This one is, well, I say it's not a commission, but I was planning on selling it, and Everglades is already planning on buying it, so it might as well be. So, it started off as basically just Bones and Crow being the kind of idea for it. Oh, and you're right, I should show off some of my commissions. Let me go ahead and save this one. So let's override that. I do have plenty to show off. Let me just quickly save this one. And I think we'll just name this one Crow for now, because it doesn't have an actual name. There we go. And then if we go back to model selection, you can see I've got quite the array of models. This one that I'm pulling up now is one that I did for Carmigila. And she is a princess out of a fairy tale book that gets locked in a library, essentially. Well, she's not really locked in a library. She got pulled out of a book into our world, and it's now, like, moving from library to library, streaming. So she was fleeing from a revolt, which is why her stuff is all kind of burned and not very well put together anymore. So that's always fun. And then if we go look at some of the other ones, we've got Shadow King, who is one of the most recent ones. His was a lot of fun, because it's not very often that you get to do full-blown wings on a model. And I threw my pen across the room. That did not work. But yeah, so we've got floppy sleeves and everything on him, because his is super over the top and like almost flamboyant in my opinion, so it's super awesome. And I think one of my favorite parts of this one is the fact that this crown that he's wearing is actually just his horns. Like, it's just the way that the horns kind of grew out of his head, and then all of his hair is scales. And yes, I do custom blend shapes. That's how I have the tracking that I have right now, because I made this model as well, and not many have the kind of wiggly ears. So it is loads of fun. Though it takes forever to do the actual custom blend shape part. So I don't have many that are like that. I think the other one that I could show that is... Actually, no, Nets doesn't even have the custom blend shapes either. Because I do have a couple in the actual program that I use for my own tracking. So I could pull up, say, Nets. And be the lovely Netcore himself. With the beard and everything. And even the flowy, wispy hair. Though, of course, his doesn't really have all that many custom blend shapes. It does have, yes, it does glow in the dark. But it does have, like, wiggly ears for the most part. Where they'll, like, go down and stuff. Though I think my eyebrow tracking is a little bit off at the moment. Anyways. Switching back to my own model. Yes, hair effects is always fun. And then let's look back to this guy. There we go. I can show you the other model that is a work in progress that is on my end, which is actually my third rework. Well, no, I guess second rework, third attempt at the model. Yes, and it's definitely the punk but mom told me to put on a jacket, and I love it. Yeah, so I'm currently, aside from the model that you saw me working on with the crow, which let me actually pull back up because we should be getting back to that. Oh, I should have shown the small ones one, because the small ones is an absolutely tiny model, and it's adorable, and I'm getting so sidetracked at the moment. So let me quickly pull up the small ones model, just because that one's funny. Because it is absolutely tiny. And, like, it'll pull up and you think that there's not a model there. But there is. It's just down here. It's just you literally have to click and drag. It is that tiny. And it is just this adorable girl with the little sunflower on her back. It is so much fun. Yes, let me go back to Crow now and try and stop getting distracted. Yes, that is a Smolens mascot. Okay, now I'm gonna be right back because I threw my pen and I need to go grab it. All right, got my pen. Yes, plug the Smolens YouTube. That would be great. Okay, got my pen so we can actually get back on this. Although I feel like I went on a tangent somewhere and like had something that I was actually going to show other than the Smolens model, but like got sidetracked. Do you remember what it was, Nat? I mean, if it's not that interesting, then it doesn't really need to be bothered by it. No idea. Okay. I guess it's fine then. Just it happens. I get sidetracked. It's nothing new. Let's see. Hairstyles. Back to front. Edit hairstyle. And then new freehand group over top of this one. And then I think that material will remove that one. Nope. Hang on. Oh yes. Among Us was so much fun. I want to do more of it. Okay, why are you on that one? Oh yeah, golf with friends. All of the troll maps that I pulled out with golf with friends. I think it turned out to be pretty good content though. So we'll do that and then pull this one out more. There we go. I am glad. Oh, we need this to be tweaked at the top so that it goes under the skull, right? Come on. Maybe about there-ish? Should be good. There were quite a few interesting instances in that game. Hmm. Come on, work with me here. Maybe like that. And then I wonder if I could get it to like look like it's popping out of that hole in the skull. Because I might be able to. Me? Why do you keep boxing Net? Why do you just do that every time you come in? Has Net offended you in some way? Do I need to be worried about what my moderator is doing? Think that, then what if we have that be thinner? I think that kind of works. It looks like it's popping out of the skull. And then do maybe this guy thinner as well? But yes, how are you, me? That is such a weird statement. How are you, me? I would think that I would be going crazy if I didn't know this stream. Let's get this guy. Point that in a bit more. There we go. That seems to be working. I'm doing pretty good. Oh yeah, we do need to get rid of Nightbot. And yeah, the command list thing. Alright, let's go edit the actual hair physics. Edit hair bounce. And then we basically want all except for that guy and so like those three work as one. So we'll create bone group from that. That should be a separate one. That one's separate. And then these guys, should they be together or should they be separate? I think let's do separate because it's gonna be different with the like way that it's poking through there. So we'll do that. And then bone group. That should be fine. This one needs to start lower. So fix point lower. Yeah, Kofi is the actual command list. Fix point lower on that one as well. And then I'm happy with that fixed point. This one, go a little bit lower, I think. And then I can actually probably reduce the number of bones in these, because that one probably only needs 3. Same with that one. Yeah, 3 there as well. 3, and then this one could probably actually get away with 2. Alright, let's see how that looks. Let's override that. And then go to the preview. And then if we do poses and animations, do standby. It's kind of hard to tell on some of these because it does the weird face clipping thing. But I think if we tweak the like colliders, could definitely make it work. And it's not messing with the skull or anything. Though I think the braids probably need a bit more physics to them. Like, they've got a bit, they're just not... They're not the greatest. Where's Stroll? Stroll is usually the one I like for just constant, steady motion. I don't know, maybe the braids do work? A little weird. What is going on with my expressions, though? I look over and I'm just like, So that is pretty accurate, though. I'm just making funny expressions. Boobs. I've not messed with the boobs at the moment. I'm kind of just focusing on the face and hair at the moment. Smaller boobs? Okay. I will make them smaller. I think hair bounce is probably fine, though. We'll tweak things later. Just need to tweak those frickin' braids. So let's do sides, edit hair bounce. This guy. Yeah, there is why. It's because it's so low that it like doesn't actually do much. I think that there, and then that one there ought to do it. You need God that is intertext. Yeah, I'd say, like, it's, I don't know. It kind of strikes me as like the elf kind, where it's like male elves tend to look pretty feminine. So let's override that, and then fix the boobs. Body. And then we want... where is it? Chest position is fine. Chest size, there we go. There we go. So that should be, like, nothing. And then for good measure, let's actually do... Where is it? It's like no shirt. Yeah. That's good. And then did you want to go with the dragon braid? Is dragon braid the direction we're going? Or are we going the, like, ponytail with the spine, bone pieces? What is everyone in the mood for? I asked an either or question, and you're like, I think it would look cool. You have done my pet peeve of saying yes to an either or. Overwrite. Sure. Ah! Come on, get out of here. I guess it actually works. Add bones on the braid. Add more work again. I wasn't talking about these ones. I was talking about the, like, because it was a ponytail on the other one. I don't even know where you'd add bones to the frickin' dragon braid. That's my thing. Yes. Frickin' hell. Also, what if we do... Because I'm, like, half tempted to take this and go and do, like, this, where we just kind of cut it back. Because I think that could look cool. It was dreadlocks in the picture? Yes. Well, they were dreadlocks pulled back in a ponytail, no? Or is there, like, some other way that you call that? Because I don't know words. I barely speak English. I speak K1 better than I speak English. There we go, get this pulled back more. You're learning inverse function? Oof. Inverse function is not fun. Oh my gosh, Everglades, why are you punning too? Don't we get enough of that from Net? Speaking of, it's almost Net's bedtime. kind of like that. I kind of like how fierce that looks. I think we'll have to tweak the shadows of the, like, head and stuff. But it kind of looks cool. Nah, why the frowny face? It's just your bedtime. But it's late for you. Go to bed. Okay, wait, why is there missing stuff there now? There we go, fill that in. That should be fine. Hmm. So then I guess let's see just what hairstyle we can even make work. Because that'll probably determine which one we go with. Let's overwrite that. And then we want extensions, I think. We'll do custom one, new one. I mean, that's basically what I was thinking. I was thinking of, like, adding scar there, where it looks like she got slashed by something. Like, something clawed at her. I figured that would make sense for why her hair does that. So we'd have that scar there, and then we'd have one on the lip as well. Hairstyle. This one should be that material. And then need to tweak the actual rest of this. I think there. What if we resize that way? And then rotate a tad. And then problem is getting this to actually make sense. So then I could do... Oop, come on. Yeah, sorry, didn't mean to smack my mic there. So there. Scoot forward and up a bit. And then... That is very flat, though. Something hasn't quite gone right with that. Scale width up. And then if we move these inwards, in theory this should work. And then we scoot that over there, and up a bit. Now if I try drawing it on it with maximum thickness, that actually has some thickness to it. So we'll do maybe like that. There's something called a clawed gauntlet. That could do that scar? That would make sense. I mean, if it's your character, like, if you're the one who buys the character, then you're the one who can make up whatever kind of, story you want for why she looks how she does. And then let's add new hair group. And then do... Yep, what's it doing? Uh-oh. I think my tracking went kaput again. Yes, it did. Okay. Why the frick does my tracking break? Alright, let's get this back up. Very, very scuffed today. That's all I can really say on that front. Come on. Work with me here. Broadcast. And then transparent stream. And there we go. That should do it. Well, if you feel like you need a command, then do the point redeem for making a new command. That's what it's there for. Oops, forgot to change the material of this. That material first, and then do pen. So we do it's that guy, that one, and then one on this side. And then we could do like smaller ones there. There, hang on. Maybe even like do half pivots. You need 45 to get it. Well, just wait a bit of time then. How is that for Dragon Braid? What if I make this wider? Will that work? There we go. Now it pops out a bit more. And then these ones, if we just scale it a little bit tighter. There we go. Maybe a bit tighter in the other direction too. Tighter that way, and then scoot it downwards. Alright, I will have that up and ready by next stream. So how is that for the start of the Dragon Braid? Should we go this route? I still have to make the actual braid itself that goes over her shoulder or whatever. But I think that's pretty good. Hmm. You like it? Okay. So let's add freehand hair group. That one. And this one we need to be super long. Come on, work with me here. Like maybe there-ish. And then it should have that go forwards. There. And then trail back to probably about there. Oops, dang it. Not what I meant. Not what I meant to move. Ah, come on. So that there. That one there. Her hair is going through the skull? I mean, it's supposed to be here. It's supposed to be like it went through the eye hole. So it's that was perfectly intentional on this one. There. Hang on, have I got another one there? Yeah, that one. Okay. This will go like that, I guess. And then this needs to go out a bit more. Have this side go swoosh. Maybe even over there a bit more. And then really feels like it's needs more tweaking though. Which one is it doing it? That one? There we go. That should do it, and then get that out there. Now when we go ahead and do the actual brush shenanigans, we should be able to just do like whoosh. Except probably wider. Probably need to go wider on this. So whoosh. Whoosh. Maybe that. There. And there. It's kind of hard to do braids like this, honestly. I think that works. And then if we do another freehand group, actually no, hang on, delete that one, duplicate this one, and then delete all the pieces on this. Then we should be able to tweak this to whatever we need. Where is the front one? Right there. And that needs to go in. Go up more, over. And then these ones as well, I think. Okay, so then from this one, should be able to do a bit more of the braid-like shenanigans. Nope, that one didn't work, because that's supposed to go like that. And then what if we do increase the thickness on this one? Or should we do increase width instead? So we do reduce thickness, increase width. It's definitely a different look to it. I'm not sure if it's a reading braid, though. Probably need at least a little bit more thickness to it. So thickness there a little bit. There we go. And then, so let's overwrite that. Fair enough. I will post a picture of this at whatever point I get to at the end of the stream on the Discord. And probably on my, frickin', words. Probably on my Twitter as well. So this fixed point should be much higher, like right there. 4 is probably decent enough. So let's overwrite that. And then let's see how this works in motion. Because that's what I'm most curious about. Oh, that is a power stroll now. Just look at that. I actually was not expecting that to work that well. Like, that almost gave me a shiver, because it was just the immediate power stroll. I think I'm digging that. I think we need to add more bones, though, is kind of the thing. That's the one part that's sticking out to me, like, we're missing this. Oh, that frickin' power stroll, though. That is so nice. Though we've still got all the scars to add as well. That is surprisingly good, though. Eyes of the dirty jail? You mean the box of shame? Hey, Yukimoto, how are you? Wait, did I? Yukitomo? Yeah, I think I reversed the M and the T in there. I'm sorry about that. If you subscribe, what do you get the benefit from me? You don't get ads. That's one thing. Because I typically have ads that go every once in a while to make sure that people don't get pre-roll ads as much as possible. If you're subscribed, then you don't get any ads. And you also get the access to all of the chat commands that are listed on Ko-fi, so you're free to use those in your streams if you like. Though that's for everyone, whether you subscribe or not. And then you also get more of my content. So it is entirely up to you whether you want to subscribe or not.
Why would you give her money?
You also startled me with a bike to the face. Thank you for the sub. Just freaking shook the entire model. Oh yeah, you also get some emotes. There are emotes too. Oh, though, one of the other things to mention is the house rule. And, uh, oh, that was Russell saying, why would you give her money? Because he likes to down-talk me. But, one of the house rules of, the stream is that, if you see that little bar at the bottom of the screen right now, if that's going, I can't end the stream unless, like, something immediately time-sensitive is happening. So, if you ever find yourself wishing the stream were longer and have money to throw somewhere, you can always gift subs and the stream will go for longer. Oh, food fight is you do exclamation mark food fight and then whoever you're trying to hit with something, and you will throw a random food item and it will tell you whether it hit or whether you missed and hit someone else or whether you just missed entirely. Oh, and you can do just exclamation mark food fight if you don't have a particular target in mind. It'll literally just throw. And if you have a command that you want to see, you can use the point reward for add a command, and I will write the command, and it will be available and able for you to use at any point. Alright, now back to finding where to put bones in this. Tacos in your face. Yeah. One of my favorites is raspberries. We've had many times before where people have done exclamation mark food fight and thrown raspberries at me, and I've just eaten them. Wait, no G, love? What? I mean, we do have other things that you can do. Like, you can use the paint command. If you do paint color then person, I believe you will paint... Actually, no, is it? Yeah, it's paint color person is the order. And then you can paint someone a specific color. Oh, they called you Drago. Yes, there is no G in your name. Someone is sus in this live chat. I mean, it happens. It's not particularly rare. Let's see. So if I do... Oop, dang it, not what I wanted. I want to do new one and do it off of this one. I'm trying to see if I can get this. Yeah, Drago is not Everglades' name. So let's do... Hang on, let's tweak this so that it's thinner width, and then increase the thickness. Yeah, that looks like a bone. So then if we do the same over here, oop, dang it. We want the same material there and there. And then select both of these. Okay, we have to do them individually. Decrease width, increase thickness. And then do the same on this one. There we go, that looks pretty cool. Alright, so we've got that. And then I think we need one more at the base of that, and then the little just tufts of hair that stick out. So I think let's do this one, and then if we do paint there, and then can I get this to be the right width and thickness? So there, thicker, and then pivot this over a bit. Maybe a bit less thick than that. That's looking kind of overly thick now. I think that works. So we've got that. And then we need to do the little tuft at the end. Which I think, can we do it off of this one? We squeeze that in. Looks like we ought to be able to. So do that, do super thin and super narrow like that. Maybe not quite so thin first. That is definitely needing more tweaking though. That needs to go longer. Problem is I'm now offsetting all that, which I don't like. I think let's revert that how it was, then just duplicate this hair guide and delete the pieces in it and then move it into place. So delete, 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 and last one, delete. Now if I reposition this and say extend this where it's like got a lot of wiggle room. Now we can have this do whatever. So for instance, if we want it to go like whoosh, we could. I don't think that quite works, so I think we want it to basically go like that. Maybe it needs to wiggle in a bit more. So if we go in, there we go. Higher width, maybe. What is up with this? And then maybe... Okay, maybe a thinner one. That basically works. I think it's that one that we need to go thicker on. And then if we go to the hair bounce, should be able to tweak this a bit more. At hair bounce. You. All that should be moved to select a group. Frick. There we go. Probably there-ish. We up gravity a little bit. Just give it a bit of a sense of weight. Alright, let's overwrite that and see how that looks in motion. Power scroll. It's kind of colliding with her body now. If it properly bounced off her body, would that work? I think it would. It's got weight to it, but it's got a nice sway. The way that the kind of actual thing is designed seems to make it seem like the loose strand is moving differently. So aside from collision issues, I think we've got it. So I guess the thing to work on next would be the scars, because we've got the bones in the hair, we've got the bone holding the base of it, and the frickin' crow piece on the forehead, essentially. Alright. So let's do those scars next, then. Now let's do them on the face paint layer, because that should make it pretty easier. Because right now we've just kind of got the shadows under the eyes on this layer. But if we do... How do we do scars, is the question. I think, like, a little bit lighter than her normal skin tone. Kind of like that. And then one more here. And then we could even add kind of a bit more of kind of like imperfection to it. Because I doubt scars would be very perfect. Kind of like blobbish on this little one. So that there seems to work. And then we could do... maybe that one has a bit more of a longer trail. Like maybe it had like a part where it kind of broke out a bit. Could even like touch her eyebrow a little bit. Might be a cool excuse to like get a gap in the eyebrow. I think for now let's not have that little extra bit there. I know we talked about having the scar on the left side of the lip. Oh, dang it, Everglades is gone, isn't... Everglades, if you're still here, did you mean your left or her left? Like, is it her left or the left on the direction that we're facing? I think for now I'll put it as this one, but if you're still here, let me know, because I could very well be wrong. Her left? Okay, so it's other side. Got it. Alright. I think that needs to wiggle more. It's like that. Something feels a bit off about it, because like if you had it there, then it kind of... Well, I've got the kind of where it hooks there. Yeah, but I thought you had gone to get some sleep before your shift. I didn't want to just assume that you were staying up when you should be going to bed. Alright, so is that what we're looking at for the scars? Is that correct? Laptop is still open and on? Fair enough, fair enough. And catnapping? Reasonable, reasonable. I am cat. Catnaps do make sense. You love it? Good. Okay. I think there's probably just a little bit more shading-wise we could probably do with it. Like maybe add some lighter patches than what it currently has. But that is definitely vibing like a character. Which sounds like a very weird statement now that I've said it out loud. Because when do you not have someone that vibes like a character? Like, I can't think of a character that doesn't vibe like a character. I mean, I suppose it'd have to be like the literal, like, blank slate fill in with yourself type characters. Mate is like a big fellow. Well, I am glad you were cuddled up with your mate. That sounds very comfy. I think that might be a bit too much. Oh, one thing we could do, though, is add a new layer. And then put the new layer opacity down. And now we have something that would work great for just highlighting. I don't know if it's gonna work, though, like if this even makes sense. But let me try it first before I knock it. Because I've had weirder things work. So with that... Everglades, what do you think? With highlight or without highlight? Wait, what can't you do? Without highlight, with highlight. I'm so confused, what can't you do? Without? Okay. So I'll knock the highlights. Okay. I will not worry about it then. Let's save as new item for both of those. And then, do we want to add the hair highlights back? You were gonna redeem something, but oh well. Oh, what was it? The FBI open up that failed earlier? Let's do front, edit hairstyle. This one material, what if we turn on? Okay, that's a bit too shiny. And not quite the right color. What if we do more of a, like, red? More of a red, go deeper on it. You're a good tiny dragon. You are a good tiny dragon. And hey, I never said the FBI open up was a bad thing. If it was a bad thing, I would have taken it away from you guys. Well, let's try editing the texture. Maybe that's why it's feeling wonky. Grab like that one. Brush width. I mean, you're planning on buying her, no? Layer opacity. Nope, layer opacity doesn't work. Lumpiness is fine. Maybe about there? Yeah, that looks better. Huh? Wait. Fight me? Why fight me? Oh wait, are you bugging the sleeping Everglades? Is that or the like resting Everglades? Let's overwrite that. And then go back to hair base. This one, edit texture. And then I need to pull out this thing and start painting on a bit more. Yep. Oh. Alright, I have been challenged to a duel. I will accept it if it will let me. There we go. We are now in a duel. There we go. That is definitely in place. Oh, I should have done this on new layer, shouldn't I have? Okay, can I control Z out of this? And get to a new layer, please? Okay, almost. I can at least get it down to that one and then do everything else on a new layer. Woo! I won! And you can't call hacks because I wasn't even paying attention. Okay, I said hacks, you said rigged. Fair enough. You've gone around what I said. Cute. Yeah, this is definitely a vibe. Enjoy napping, Everglades. What do you think of what I'm doing with the hair right now, though? Was it better as like the solid base, or is it better with the like rows that have been pulled back? Rows? Okay. I will keep up with the rows then. I am glad you like the rows more. Alright. Dragging this around. Was that why this started? Was that why you posted that in the Discord? Oh my gosh. Bald is good. Bald can be pulled off better than balding most of the time. Fair enough, fair enough. That definitely makes sense. Mohawk is typically seen as more masculine. Though I've seen plenty of chicks pull it off too. Well, I say plenty. I've seen like a chick pull it off. All right. Male is man. Female is girl. All right. Now to finish shading these. I used to have a mohawk in high school and was called a dyke even though I was always making out with one of the guys. Fair enough. Cute. Definitely needed that little bit of shading. Yep, the world is a wonderful and mysterious place. I think this needs to extend a little bit more. Maybe even these. Not all of them, just some of them. There we go. And then pull out that color again. Mm. I think that's mostly working. Wait, don't you have a kid? I mean, yeah, that does not sound good. Welcome back. Ah, fair enough, fair enough. I don't. I would say I had a blonde moment, but I am not blonde. I am blue and orange haired. Online storage error in the nutshell for you? That does not sound like a fun error. There we go. I think that's the hair shaded though. So we've now got this crazy mess of it, which I am quite pleased with. Yes, I do have a cat brain. That makes more sense. Uh, what kind of clothing would we do? Though, clothing might have to wait for next time, because it's already almost 3 hours. And I am quite pleased with what we got done on this stream, because we went from nothing to, like, skin tone, face, hair, crazy frickin' bird skull. And I usually stream for 3 hours, and we are currently 2 hours and 46 minutes in. Black with gold and red highlights. Uh, hmm. I was more thinking, like, what style of clothing? Like, are we going robes? Are we going, punk attire? Are we going, 50s housewife? Like, there are so many styles of stuff. Shapeshift? Well, you'd have to do shapeshift to find out, but I am a shapeshifter, so I am very good at changing my facial features into various different ones, and we've got one called Cthulhu, which is just everything at once, which is always interesting. But then we've also got, like, I can make my nose longer, I can make my mouth wider, and my or like higher. I can look like a South Park character. Can I become a Drago? I could borrow one of the models that I've created for someone else. So I'm actually just gonna freely do this one, because I don't normally like shapeshifting into other people's models for the redeem, but I can go ahead and show you what this looks like, just because I have it. So this is... Oh, hang on, where is the actual thing? Hang on. Save that. Okay. This is the Drago model I have. Yes, this is basically a sample. This is Shadow King's model. So you can see what Dragonoid looks like for me. And it's a pretty interesting one. I like the horns on it and everything. Though it is definitely taller than my model, so it's kind of popping out the top at the moment. But that should be enough for a teaser. I think the one that I'd shapeshift into more often would be Net's model, because I'm much more comfortable shapeshifting into him. I tend to try and avoid trademarked models or trademarked characters, because that feels wrong. I like being me, and I like being silly. So I tend to stick with the silly stuff. Let's see. Actually, I think if you look at my clips, there was actually a clip from earlier in the stream where someone did the shapeshift redeem and wanted me to have a really long nose. So it has definitely happened. Yes, I do also have a Discord and a merch store as well. I love that freaking Stream Elements decided that one merch plug wasn't enough, it had to do it twice. Stream Elements really likes my merch store. What is that bird? The bird is supposed to be like a crow, because this model was inspired by a crow and bones, essentially, so I stuck a crow skull on the model. And now it's just turned into this. we still need to decide what clothing type. Like, at Everglades, if you're swooping in and buying this, would you want it more modern clothes, or would you want it, like, more Norse or Celtic clothes? Because that is the question. What's that sheesh about? Why are you sheeshing? Viking armor? Okay, that'll be tricky, but I'll have to research before next stream and see what I can come up with. You don't know why you're sheeshing? That doesn't quite seem good if you don't know why you're sheeshing. Just that's such a weird word though, sheeshing. Like, I don't think that's actually a word. I've just made it a word. Before delay, like, for a second. Yeah, the delay can get pretty bad. Sometimes it helps to reload the page. And then... So I don't think there's really anything else we need to do this stream specifically. Let me just go ahead and save that, overwrite that. She's based off your patron goddess. Fair enough. You will be able to make all of the art you want with this, essentially, because it'll be easy to pull into some kind of VRM poser and just get from there. But yeah, that is style. I am quite pleased with that. Trying to figure out the, like, best position to get a screenshot of this. Can 3D model have a different layer? Depends on what you're asking about. So, like, the hair and clothes can all have different layers that are at different heights away from the body. The body is only one layer, though. But you can have multiple texture layers over top of each other so that you don't end up fiddling with one of the lower layers when you're trying to just do, like, face paint on it or something. Though, of course, this is all based on just Vroid itself, so if you pull it out into Blender, there's a whole lot of other stuff you can do too. So, there's all kinds of crazy stuff. But this one I'm specifically trying to keep under $200, so it's gonna be just Vroid. Let me actually see if there's anything in the outfit that we could probably stick on for now. Yeah. That's one of the downsides. Deck sticker and dress. That does not look very fitting. Maid outfit. That looks definitely very weird. What if we do in Carmi's outfit? That makes a bit more sense. I think it's because it's kind of tattered and her scars make sense with it then. What else have we got? Custom. We've got Shadow Kings. So this would be kind of that black and gold style, which is why I don't think gold quite actually works for this character. But I'd have to see if there's, like, some other way of doing it, because, like, specifically this gold doesn't. This gold was not set up for this. I think silver would work. Black and red definitely would. I don't know what else. What else have we got? A black dress with red and silver embroidery. Yes, that could be done. I think the question is what you'd embroider into it. I think the, actually, hang on, because if I do this, and then, frickin' that one. Yeah, that's probably too frilly, but I was trying to think of, like, because I have this dress that has the full-on, like, crow wing, or, like, wings to it. So I was trying to think of, like, what if we took something like this and made it black? Where is inner top? Inner top custom would be that one. Yeah. It's like, this is definitely too frilly for now. But I could see maybe black wings, essentially. Essentially turning the whole model, or whole texture negative. But it's still, like, too frilly of a dress. Longer, you think? So, like, longer skirt could definitely be done. I could always change up the skirt and keep the top if you like the feather idea on the top. Because that could definitely be done. I don't know. I'll have to play with it. Now is not the time to play with it because we should be winding down. But I'll probably save it with this one for now. Oh, though I really should change this bit because this is going to bug me if I don't. So if we go the body, can we add a shirt under it? What kind of shirt? Because, like, I'm not quite following. If we were going for the, like, less modern, then you don't want to be sticking a t-shirt down. Let's grab that one, and then... Come on, why is that not changing? I guess that's just what it is? It's weird, though. Oh, true, yeah. Okay. I see what you mean now. I'll have to see what kind of armor I can throw together, because we definitely want to go armor route then. Close without saving for now. So is it just that thing? Oh, it's just like the full-on shadow that's messing with it. Well, I can't really do much about that shadow there. Okay, so, places to hide knives and protective gear is what I'm hearing, which I can definitely work with. Actually, that reminds me of, frickin' this other one. I think it's that one. So that one, and then bottoms will slap on the... Which one? I guess that one, or... Yeah, we'll just slap on that one for now. And then inner top goes that one. Yeah, so it kind of reminds me of Itami's outfit, where he's got the jacket and everything. So I can definitely sort out something that would work for this. But we're definitely not settling on that one. I don't think we'll do the hood. But I can do some kind of jacket with a cloak type thing. So let's go ahead and save that. Actually, let me switch it to a different outfit first. I realized that after I saved it, because it's like I still need to get some picture of it. Let's just do... Nope, not that. Tops. Nothing. There we go. That'll work for now. So we'll save it as that. Oh, no. We want to save. There we go. I know we're over. It's fine. I pushed us over with chatting, it's fine. Let me actually go ahead and switch to the just chatting scene, or the intermission scene. Come on. There we go. Now we can start figuring out who we're going to raid. And let's see who is even online. Not many. Looks like we have Monica is our usual one. And that's kinda it. Do we feel like finding someone new? Let's see who is in the art category. Let's see. Art. There we go. And then... who do we have here? Who would be good? There's definitely a lot of artists. I'm just looking for someone who's standing out to me. I'm definitely seeing some 18 plus people, which we will not be going and rating because I haven't decided on things yet. Who are we feeling? There's quite the assortment of art people. Oh, looks like we've got someone modeling another thing, so that might be cool. You have way too many furry artists on your Twitch. I mean, furry artists are cool. I'm technically a furry as well. And as you say that, I'm scrolling down and seeing more furry artists. Let's see this person. Nope, they're for mature audiences, so not that one. Nope, another one for mature audiences. Voidhound. Here's the question, are they for mature audiences? Because if they're for mature audiences, I'm not rating them right now. Who else have we got in here? How about... hang on, let's... Nope, another one for mature audiences. Okay, let me look at that person. I don't see them. I do not... I mean, a little bit of cursing is fine as long as they're not, like, for mature audiences. Oh, there we go. Nope. Sabata has also said that they are for mature audiences. Let me look at Voidhound. No, also indicated that they are for mature audiences. And this is part of the reason why I'm like, maybe I should stop trying to be so family friendly. Maybe I should just be me and not worry about it. But for now, I'm gonna still keep trying until I get tired of it. Let's see. Are you? Nope, you were also. Who? I think that said they were, so I'm not gonna push it. Come on. Okay, I think I finally found one that is not for mature audiences, so I think we're going with it because I'll just take it at this point. So many for mature audiences. Yeah, I get that. I totally understand that. But I know that uh, since at the moment I am not uh, saying that I don't want minors in my chat, I am just assuming that I have minors in my chat whenever I go and raid someone. That's basically what I'm standing by at the moment. Let me actually double check that this person's audio is fine. Yep, they're fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and get that raid set up. And we will be back on next Thursday, possibly doing more modeling, possibly playing games. I don't know, we'll see how we feel. And then we'll be doing more Raft on Sunday. And so for now, we are going to go and raid Lilypup and go show her some love. So I will see you guys next time.